Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, do it and share this video because what happened today is everywhere. The news is once again about Demet Özdemir and Yaman, and this time the buzz is huge. For days, people had been talking about an alleged crisis in their story. But everything blew up when Demet made very emotional statements. She said her heart was broken and that she had suffered a lot. Those phrases started trending and left everyone with the same question. What would Can say in response? Well, the response came, and it wasn't calm at all. According to what's being discussed in entertainment media, Can reacted with a sharp and explosive line. "You're lying." With those words, he would have completely denied that this crisis existed the way it was being portrayed, and the impact was immediate. Social media on fire and debates everywhere. But it didn't stop there. Still, according to those versions, Can went further and rejected Demet's accusations about the pain she said she had lived through. He even would have claimed that the breakup wasn't due to his behavior, but to her constant arguments and emotional outbursts. And with that, of course, old questions and controversies that have followed the couple for a long time resurfaced. Then came the most unexpected part. After the initial clash, they say, Can changed his tone. He moved from defending himself to speaking with a sincerity that threw many people off. According to sources close to them, he would have admitted that Demet is still very valuable to him, that she holds a special place in his heart, and that he can't deny what they lived. On top of that, he would have said another line that fed the story even more, that he can't forget the past, and that those moments together were intense, real memories, something that, for many, would confirm that what they had wasn't just a brief romance, but a much deeper connection. And here comes the detail that triggered the real bomb. According to what's circulating, Can didn't completely close the door and hinted at hope for a reunion, as if saying that maybe one day they could be together again. And he also would have firmly answered those who accuse him of hurting her, breaking a heart. Never. After all of this, the entertainment world was split. On social media, some support Demet and her pain. Others interpret Can's words as a late but genuine confession. And the most striking thing is this. After Can's words, people talked about a prolonged silence from Demet. No posts, no indirect hints, something many read as a sign that she's seriously thinking about what happened and what she heard. It's also said that mutual friends are acting cautiously, and that both names have been showing up more often in the same conversations. For some, this could be the first sign of a controlled rapprochement. For others, it's just the echo of a wound that still hasn't closed. And now, the big question is just one. Will Demet break her silence? There are rumors she might do it in an upcoming interview or with a short line on social media. And if that happens, every word will be analyzed in detail, especially because she had already made it clear she didn't want to go through the same thing again. So tell me, does this smell like reconciliation or an emotional goodbye with the story still unresolved? Because even if they say it's over, everything suggests the last word hasn't been said. When I see everything being said about Demet Özdemir in this endless story that people insist on reopening over and over again, the first thing I feel is deep exhaustion. Not because Demet tires me, quite the opposite, but because I feel she's being dragged into a narrative that no longer belongs to her. Some comments say it very directly, almost desperately. When will this end? It's all lies. And honestly, I share that underlying impression. Versions are repeated, rumors are recycled, emotional proof is invented. And in the end, Demet's name appears as if she were a fictional character anyone can write a script for. What feels most unfair is how people talk about her, as if she had no will of her own, as if her life depended on what others say or what the public wants to believe. But no, in my view, Demet chose long ago to walk her own path. In fact, there's a line that resonated with me because it describes exactly what she conveys. Demet is a lady, and she doesn't care about any of this. She goes her own way. I don't read lady as something superficial. I read it as a way of saying she tries to stay dignified in the middle of the noise. And I think that's hard because online, the easiest thing is to react with anger, to hit back, to join the game. Yet, Demet projects something else, a kind of elegant distance, as if she knew that replying to mud only gets your hands muddy. I don't know what she feels inside. No one does. But I do believe that publicly, her stance has been that of a woman who prioritizes her work and her life without living off nostalgia or scandal. And in a world that rewards drama, that almost becomes an act of rebellion. I also think there's an element of idealization weighing on her more than people admit. For many, Demet is a symbol of romance, of what could have been, of the dream couple, of the fantasy the public built. And when someone becomes a symbol, they stop being treated like a person. That's why I understand the message. We love her and wish her success in her art and love in her life. It's sweet, but it also reminds me that sometimes fandom affection comes with a hidden condition, as if support depends on her fitting a specific narrative. I prefer a different idea. Loving her means wishing her well, even if her path doesn't match what the public imagined. Truly supporting her means accepting that she can close chapters, change priorities, fall in love with someone else or no one, make mistakes, succeed, and still remain herself. And here's something I consider key: some people's inability to accept that what breaks doesn't come back the same. One comment said it very clearly. Everything is beautiful while it lasts, but when it breaks, it can hardly be the same as before. Whoever believes otherwise isn't realistic or fears loneliness, but peace can't be bought. I interpret it this way. Some people can't handle the end of a story because the end forces them to accept that life moves on without asking permission. So they look for culprits, for betrayals, for hidden signs. In that context, Demet becomes a moral trophy. Either they sanctify her, she's perfect, all evil comes from outside, or they use her to attack others. I think it's a mistake both ways, because even when someone defends her passionately, if they do it by insulting or accusing third parties without proof, they pull her back into the conflict again. And I don't think she needs warriors around her. She needs respect around her. I also notice Demet is held to an impossible purity standard. If she smiles, she's provoking. If she stays quiet, she's hiding. If she works, she wants to forget. If she doesn't comment, she's guilty. It's a perfect trap. Whatever she does, there's always an interpretation ready to turn her into part of the drama. And that dynamic feels cruel because it steals something basic from her: normality. It seems to me Demet is trying to build a solid career with professional decisions that make sense, and yet some people look at her life as if everything were a coded message about someone else. I don't see it that way. I see her as someone who, with mistakes and successes, tries to hold on to her artistic identity, protect her image without turning it into a circus, and keep moving forward. And to me, that has merit. That's why, if I have to take a stance, it's this. Demet shouldn't be hostage to someone else's narrative. If people truly care, they should turn down the gossip and turn up real support. Value her work, respect her silences, celebrate her achievements without tying them to past stories. Because if one thing is clear to me from reading those comments, it's that many people are tired of repeated lies and constant noise. And so am I. I hope this loop ends, not to win an argument, but because Demet deserves to live and be seen for what she is, a woman with her own path, not an eternal chapter in other people's imagination.